Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello, if you're new, make sure that you do subscribe before you leave. That way you never miss out on another video. Click the little bell, that way you're always notified every time I upload. In today's video, I'm going to be cutting my hair. Now, I'm not going to do a full-on tutorial just because I was just about to cut my hair and I thought, why not just turn the camera on? So this is kind of going to be like my first vlog type of video where I'm just going to be cutting my hair and talking to you guys. So if you guys want a full-on tutorial on how I cut my hair, I'm going to leave that one linked down below. There I give you the full tutorial, the directions, the steps, and all of that. And so basically the first thing I do is just brush out all the knots. That's important. And then really quickly I'm going to just straighten my hair. The reason that I like to straighten it is just so everything is even and everything is cut evenly. If you do this with wet hair, you don't have to really straighten it because, I mean, everything gets cut evenly anyways. But for some reason, I like to do it on my dry hair because the results for me, they just look a lot better. So I'm using the Chi flat iron, and I really like this one because it just, with one swipe, your hair is straight, and it's just really quick. Okay, so now that all my hair is straight, you guys can see the ends, they're super dry. They look kind of like a deep fried broomstick, and that's what I don't like. So that's why I decided to give myself a haircut today. And when you've been cutting your hair as long as I have, it kind of becomes second nature. I've been cutting my hair for years, and so you guys are gonna see me do this pretty quickly. I'm not gonna do like a full-on hair cut. I'm just gonna kind of trim around a little bit just so that the dead ends are gone, the split ends are gone, and my layers are a little bit more refreshed. And everything is a little bit more even. So I did say that I'm not going to do a full-on tutorial, but I'm going to still kind of explain what I'm doing a little bit. Basically, I'm parting where my first face framing layers are going to be. If you guys want the full-on tutorial, I will actually link it down below for you guys so it's easier for you to find. But basically, I go from the crown of my head to my ear. And then I will tie the rest of my hair to the back so it's out of my face. If you guys are interested in how I color my hair, because I do get a lot of questions about how I color my hair, what colors my hair, I will leave that link down below too. I'll show you guys, in that video, I show you guys what I use and how I use it. And I'm not a professional, so I'm just telling you guys what works for me. I know I look really funky right now, but personally, I don't like to go to the salon. Just because it's super expensive, especially for long hair. They never got the color right or the cut, so I just decided doing it myself, and it was the best decision ever. So in my hair cutting video, I got a lot of heat for the type of scissors that I was using, which was like fabric scissors. It did the job perfectly fine. I didn't have no problems using those, but I decided to get some hair cutting shears that I got off Amazon for under less than $5. I don't know why this one is so short, but this is the one that I'm going to be using today. Now, a lot of hairstylists told me on that video that using the proper scissors prevents split ends. Now, I never noticed any kind of split ends using fabric scissors, but I decided to just get the shears anyways. I'm just going to pull everything up and over a little bit, and that's it. So basically, I'm not going to describe like every little step that I'm going to take, but I will kind of tell you guys what I'm doing, just in case you want to follow this video for reference to cut your hair. So basically, the higher you go, the more layers you're going to have. So I'm not going to go too high just because I don't want to mess with the layers too much. I just kind of want to trim it a little bit. I'm just going to cut the dead ends right off. And I like to point cut, so I like to cut upwards, just so everything is nicely blended and it's not such a blunt cut. And I eyeball everything. I don't really measure just because I've been doing it for so long that I kind of know how much to cut, and everything comes out pretty even for me. I'm happy with it. If you can see, you still get that diagonal shape. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Again, I'm not going to take it too far up. I kind of just want to trim just a little bit. And I want to know what you guys want to see from me on my channel. So what kind of videos do you guys want to see from me? Do you guys want more hair videos? Do you guys want more hair cutting videos where I'm showing you guys how to do more of like cutting your bangs, cutting more face framing layers? Tell me what you guys want to see regarding that. So you guys probably saw that I was cutting this way, and that's just because I wanted the layers to kind of cascade down like that. But you could also cut this way too. It gives the same kind of effect. You can cut this way too. So now that the front is kind of done, I'm actually not finished with the front. I'm gonna come back after everything is done and cut some face framing layers. And then I'm not gonna cut it all the way because I do wanna cut some bangs into my hair, but I'm going to do that in a separate video where I show you guys how, like a full-blown tutorial on how to cut bangs. Right now I'm just gonna be working on just trimming the layers a little bit. Like, my hair is so dry that I can't even run my fingers through it. So basically what I do now is I'm just gonna let down all my hair and then go in like a little bit from the back, not too much, so about that much. And then I'm gonna take this and put it in the back. And then brush all of this hair upwards. By the way, I want to know from you guys if I could make these hair cutting videos a little bit easier to understand, or if you guys want it in a different format. Let me know so that I can redo the tutorial for you guys. That way, there's a lot of people that didn't completely understand all the steps, and I understand that. So I want to know like what would make it easier for you guys, or how I could make it a more easy to understand tutorial. So as you guys can see, the layers kind of cascade down when you cut like that. And then I'm just going to go in to the last section and then cut that, and that's it. This is really, it's become really, really quick for me just because I've been doing it so long. But when I do take my time, and I will take my time in maybe like a month or two to let it grow out a little bit more, then I'm gonna work on being a little bit more careful with the layers and stuff. But for right now, I just needed a trim really bad. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna cut it at a little bit of a slant just because I want the U shape a little bit more. Last time I cut my shape into more of a straighter shape, and I kind of want more of that U shape. I missed that. So like you can see right there, I just did a U shape. And that, so one side is basically finished. I want to show you guys, like, there's a lot more volume, there's a lot more body, there's a lot more, you can see the layers a little bit more clearly, and it's just, it feels a lot better, it feels lighter, it feels healthier. I know I just cut off like a little tiny bit, but I don't know, for me, and I feel like girls with long hair, you can understand, even the tiniest little bit of cut in your hair, you feel it. And I think that's why you guys come to my video for these hair cutting tutorials, because you actually feel the tiniest bit of cuts in your hair. Okay, so this side is finished. Now I'm gonna go ahead to the other side. And I'm gonna go into the back and grab some hair. So I also want to know where you guys are from. Where's all my subscribers from? I know that a lot of my subscribers are from India, which I think is really nice for me to be able to make connections with you guys from India. And I'd really like to know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I'm a huge fan of Bollywood, and so I would like to know if you guys want more Bollywood hair tutorials, more Bollywood makeup. I'm not really good at makeup, but I would love it if you guys requested like hair tutorials. I would love to start working on those because I love doing hair. It's something that interests me, and I feel like I'm somewhat good at it, and I would like to share that with you guys. So there is my second layer, and next I'm just gonna mix all my hair together and take that up and cut that. And I'll show you guys how I kind of blend everything together so everything's even. Because when you cut it this fast, sometimes everything's not so even. But I'll show you guys a little hack that I use, which I think I did show you guys in my tutorial. I feel like I have a lot more hair on this side of my head than the other side of my head, Like, can you guys see how uneven that is? Again, I'm gonna cut this in a slant also, just a tad bit. And that's it. Basically, I'm done with my trim. Now I'm just gonna go in and make sure that everything is nice and even. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that real quick. Okay, so this is what I do to make sure that everything is even. I'll brush everything out like this, just so everything cascades down naturally. I'll just go in and kind of trim away the little pieces that are sticking out. And just to make everything just cascade a little bit more nicely and naturally, just so everything flows together. Like if you can see, it's really nice and blended. And then I'm gonna bring the rest of my hair to the front. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. So just brush everything down. I like to use a big brush because it's easier to grab all my hair rather than the rat tail brush. Okay, so if you guys can see, this side is not completely even. There's a lot of like pieces that are sticking out. And that's why I do this, because it just makes it easier for me to cut everything even. So that's good for me. Okay, so I told you guys that I'm gonna come back to the front and kind of trim the front a little bit. I know it looks a little bit frizzy and still a little bit dry at the ends, but that's because it is still dry at the ends, but I just wanted to cut off just a bit of the dry ends. But yeah, everything comes out evenly, and I'm just going to go in and do the front really quickly, and I'll show you guys how I layer the front. So here's what I like to do. I like to part everything down the middle. And I also have a video on my channel where I do like the face framing layers. I'll just take the comb and I'll brush my layers kind of how they would naturally fall in the front a little bit. And then I would take it, bring it to the front, and just kind of trim off some excess, kind of make it diagonal and kind of slant it a little bit, just because I like that slanted feathery look. Because even when you don't curl your hair or straighten it, don't do anything to it, it dries naturally. Just the way that it dries, it's really nice and pretty. I love that when the hair just cascades and just falls like that naturally. So that's why I like to do the diagonal part. And then I will do the same thing to the other side. So just bring the hair to the front, and then I'll just trim diagonally. I get a lot of questions asked also about how this haircut will look on curly hair. Honestly, I don't know because I don't have curly hair, but at the same time, I have gotten a lot of people who have come to my channel and told me that they tried it on their curly hair and they really love the results. So hoping that helps. And then already you can tell that my hair is a little bit more voluminous, it's a little more bouncy, there's a little bit more life in it. Well, as much of the dead ends that I wanted to take off, I did. I just don't want to cut all my hair. But everything is even, like you can see the layers are even. And that's why after so many times of cutting it, I just eyeball it and everything just comes out even. And I know that you guys can get there too because it's that easy. So that is how I cut my hair at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave me a comment down below what kind of videos you want to see from me next. And if you guys want to see more hair cutting tutorials, what kind of hair tutorials do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see bangs? Do you guys want to see how to cut split ends? Like, leave me a comment down below so I can start working on that for you guys. And I'm going to show you guys real quickly, again, the back. Right now it's frizzy just because I brushed it out and I've just been messing with it and stuff. And there is still a little bit of dry ends left. But after I wash it and deep condition it, it's going to be a lot better. And it feels a lot better too. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one.